I've told you all before that I'm usually a really nice person, but some days I ain't all that nice. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. Come on up on my soapbox. That's basically. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Okay, guys. Thanks so much for clicking on the video. Here we are back for another episode of what? Backpedaling and pussy popping. Okay, so like I said, I told y'all before, I ain't always the nice James that y'all see on here. You know, y'all have seen some of the little bitchy side that actually can pop out on your ass. But yeah, today just ain't one of them days where I'm feeling all bubbly and squishy on the inside. Okay, it's fucking raining. I had to go outside in it, and I just wasn't really feeling that shit. So let's get into it. Here I go again in my travels. So wouldn't you know it, Family Dollar. Now what I'm not going to do is every time I go to Family Dollar, I'm not going to give a goddamn customer service lesson every time I go to the motherfucking Family Dollar. Now what I may do is leave a motherfucker with a lesson, but I'm not going to keep doing customer service training 101 when I go to the fucking Family Dollar. So let me tell you what went on. So I go to Family Dollar and I go grab a few things. I grab my little cart and I grab a few things. I get a little, I need a little, little trash can, a little small paper, paper trash can for scraps to throw scraps in while I'm sewing. I needed that. I got a container of cashews, probably stale in the motherfucker, but I got them. I don't know why, but for $5, I took a chance on the bitches. They probably stale in the motherfucker. But anyway, I got some Nair and what else did I get? Peppermints and a notebook. So I'm in the line. I should have knew some shit was gonna go left. Cause let me just set this up for you. So I ain't never seen this little girl before. And I look over and I'm looking at her. Cute little small frame. Busted motherfucking weave. Busted weave. Busted weave. And a slight fuck it. A slight I live in the projects type of tease is what I was getting, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with living in the projects because you got to start somewhere. But there's some people who live in the projects that ain't starting. They've always lived in the projects, and their whole goal in life is to get their own project and then continue living in the projects. That's the tease that I got. I'm a project dweller and happy about it. Those are the teas I got. And busted motherfucking weave. So but I wasn't judging too bad. I was being cool still. Until she stepped on my motherfucking toes and I had to get her, honey. So I'm sitting there and I'm put my shit up there. First mistake. Do you want me to just put all this stuff into this garbage can? Where did you do that at? Why the fuck would I want things that I'm buying placed into what is going to be considered a garbage can? There's two food items right there. Fuck would I want two food items thrown in a garbage can? Where the fuck is this bitch raised at? In a barn? So I said, no, honey, put them in a bag. So I'm still being cool. That bitch reached in my cart and pulled out that motherfucking Nair and watch the face now. What you using there for? Baby, I said, no ma'am, Pam. She said, my name's not Pam. I said, I never asked you what your name was. I never asked you what your name was. I never asked you anything about you. Do you ask all your customers what they're using the items that they're buying for? Now, I need to know why you asked that, because was it that you were planning on paying for some of the items in that bag that you needed to know what they were for and what I was going to use them for specifically? Well, no, well, no. And I was like, okay. So I was seeing it coming. I said, she get ready to pussy pop and get ready to backpedal. Well, I mean, I just said, but again, do you think that that is what you're supposed to be doing, baby? You're sitting here working this little job. Do you really believe that you should be asking me anything about the items that I'm buying? And I said, but I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you. Just because you were bold enough to ask. I said, look, put your arm out, honey. She looked at me and she did like this. I said, look at your arm. You have hair on your arm. Now look at my arm. I also have hair on my arm. But the difference between you and I is that I have enough sense to know that when somebody's going to pay me to look like what it is that you should be looking like, I need to remove the hair from my arm. And then we had a standoff because now we're just looking at each other real stupid. And I could tell she had jumped over into the offended set. Is where I wanted you. It's where I wanted you, you nebby bitch. So I said, mm-hmm. And then I purposely left it right there just like that. It wasn't my job to explain to her what I do or the fact that I was a professional female person. She didn't need to know none of that. That bitch needed to be stuck with the question of what am I? Am I a freak? Am I a cross dresser? Am I a drag queen? Am I a whore? That's for me to know and for you to fucking find out with your nebby motherfucking ass. So we're sitting there, and then there's a woman that's there who's she's a manager. I see her all the time, and she kind of like steps down, and she's like, "Well, what's going on?" I was like, "Nothing." I said, "Nothing at all. Everything's fine." But I just don't understand why it is that every time I come in here, I'm finding myself doing initial training for customer service. And I said, now what I can do, because I have plenty of experience. You all could hire me, and I will come in here and I will do customer service training. I will do sensitivity training and plain old goddamn common sense training. If you want to pay me, I can leave you a card and I will do that for you. And I said, but what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to do it every time I come in here. So the girl, she didn't got an attitude. She said, well, no, well, I said, honey, you're backpedaling and pussy popping. And they both was like, what is that? I said, you're backpedaling. I said, it's just a thing. It's just something that you don't do, baby. You don't go through people's cart and ask them what they're using their items for. And I know you don't do that with every customer. I know you don't. I know you don't. And if you do, then they really do need to hire me to come in here and get you all straightened out. And I said, it's no big deal. Said, this is the first time I've seen you here. So I'm thinking that you just started. So if she's just starting, then this is a spot right here where you could actually do some training. If she hasn't just started, then we don't need to see her anymore. Please bag my things, honey. And I punched it on out of the store. Now, I really don't know at this point whether the young lady, because again, I've shopped there a lot, and I've never seen her. So I'm thinking this is an opportunity for them to straighten out some things with her or to fire her. Either way, I don't really feel bad. Is it a little bitchy of me? Yeah, it is. But it ain't no more bitchy of me than what she did to me and then stand up there with her face looking all stupid. Okay, her attitude wasn't even right. Because she probably one of them bitches that's on welfare that had to go get a job of some sort to keep your motherfucking check. And if they fire you, bitch, you all to the good because you don't want to be there no motherfucking way. So no, I don't feel bad about it at all. And if they fire her, that's the fuck on her. Again, another episode of motherfucking backpedaling and pussy popping. Watch what the fuck is coming out of your mouth. Use some fucking common sense. And let's take it a little further. Let me go ahead and do a motherfucking PSA while I'm here. Parents, they ain't doing a good job out in that world teaching and training your children how to deal in the public, in society, and having common sense and using it. So we can actually start this shit at home. You got children that are young, that are getting ready to start entering into the workforce. And I mean young, and I say young because this bitch is probably 20. She wasn't no 16, 17-year-old. It's some old bitch. You know, this bitch done been out of school and everything else, or not out of school or whatever. But yeah, I'm saying this bitch is probably in her 20s. Should have knew better. But put it on us, the parents. Teach your kids how to deal with people before you let them go out into this world and expect that the jobs are going to teach them how they have to deal with people. Because this was so ridiculous and it could have been so fucking avoided. So avoided. So that's my PSA for today. Parents, teach your kids a little common sense, honey, and then kind of guide them when to motherfucking use it. Now I'll get back off my soapbox, but boom, boom, bam, and I'm moving on. Thank you all for watching. This has been another episode of Backpedaling and Pussy Popping in Pittsburgh. I'll see y'all later. Bye.